you need to play Spectre as a kill steal here, and that's essentially what we're going to look at throughout this game. In the early levels, farm is not as important as levels. Farm is not as important as gaining XP. So that's another thing that we're going to look at. Don't die. It's really important not to risk your life for some gold. You can sometimes take small risks to get within XP range, controlled, calculated risks, but it's not worth dying. You know, trying to get gold, trying to get that one last hit, and then taking 200 right click damage. Not worth it at all. Your starting items are very strange. You have a enchanted mango. There's no reason to have an enchanted mango. You're not gonna throw daggers out willy nilly, right? You're gonna throw. Come on. I think it's 140 mana for the dagger, and you have about 220 mana base. If you click on your hero at the moment, you're clicked on Zeus. Come on. Why is this happening? You're clicked on Zeus still, I think. What? Okay, here we go. 240, yeah, not 220, 240. So, and this is 130. Okay, it scales. But the thing is that once you use the dagger, you're not going to use it to get last hits. You're not going to use it to do damage. Well, obviously, because it doesn't do any damage. It does, but let's just say it doesn't do any damage because it's so insignificant. And you're not just going to use it to harass or anything like that. You're only going to use it in the early levels to either escape, go into trees, or to get that extra movement speed, which is very little, but if there's a possibility, there's one more last hit left on the guy who's running away, you throw a dagger at, you chase him, and you kill him. So either way, there is no situation where you might suddenly need a surge of mana. And I feel like perhaps you got this item to give you some HP regen. Is that true?
It was more for the burst mana, but
It was, okay.
I overestimated, I guess Spectral Dagger, because I didn't even scale at level 1.
Okay, yeah, so there you go. It would have been much more beneficial to get, I don't know, a Quelling Blade, which you do eventually get. So it would have been, it's much better to get a Quelling Blade against this guy. He's going to be throwing out a lot of spells. It would have been much better if you had saved up that 110 gold and bought a stick, or yes, just a stick. Would have been much better because this guy is very soon. All he's going to do is just throw out spells. He's going to be throwing out spells constantly. Maybe he's even going to get bottled. It's a Dragon Knight. Maybe he's going to get bottled. So you can quite easily, within the span of like 2 to 3 minutes, you're going to get 10 charges, which is much better than a mango, of course. So, there you go. That's the second one, I believe, that he's thrown out. That's the first. What? Starts off with a... Okay. More to my point. An idiot, but more to my point. As like soon he's gonna get a bottle. Is that no? Not soon. Now. Okay. I guess it's not. It is bad, but it's not too bad for 2K. It's bad for 2K, is what I'm saying. Not for high levels. It's bad for 2K, but it's not too bad because you've got a Zeus as a support and you've got a Spectre as a carry. You see, that's a complete waste. That is a complete waste of mana. It's not dangerous because at this time nobody's gonna come and gank you, so you're not gonna come into an emergency situation where suddenly you need to run away, and you've got full HP as well, so that's okay. But I really think that was a complete waste of mana. All right. Yeah, see, you're missing. That's an offlaner. That is an offlaner. You do not sacrifice your farm to do harass to the offlaner as a carry. An offlaner sacrifices farm to do harass to the carry. So you're playing like an offlaner, whereas you should be playing like a carry, obviously. And look at how much damage you took from the tower. That's so bad. His kill is not going to be worth it. This is if this was first blood. Look at that, man. Okay. The net worth trade doesn't even matter. Okay, Zeus actually comes out on top, but the net worth trade doesn't even matter. You know why? Let's go back. Let's go all the way back to where it started, right? And this is really important. These sort of decisions are what makes and breaks a carry player. and this is the difference between lower level and higher level players. You need to go see. This is what is going on in your head, and correct me if I'm wrong, right? So you are concerned about harassing him. You're less concerned about these creeps. You're not really watching what these two range creeps are doing. You're not concerned about which of these two creeps is going to die first, and if you're going to be able to get both of these creeps. If you were, you would notice that this guy is going to die quicker, like you would have noticed 2 seconds ago. So you would have taken one right click of this guy, because these two range creeps are hitting him. You would have taken one range right click of this guy, and then very soon he would have died much sooner than this guy. You would have taken this last hit, then you would have taken this last hit, and then on to, and then you could have been like, okay, I'll take one right click of Dragon Knight if he's close by. But you completely ignored this creep because you wanted to take a right click of this guy. You wanted to harass him. And then because you were still concerned about him, you missed that last hit because you overburdened yourself. And that's normal. I'm not saying that you can't think too much. I'm saying everybody overburdens their minds. And it's important to not overburden your mind over the wrong thing. Overburden it over CS. That's fine. Don't concern yourself with harassing this guy if there are creeps in the vicinity which are about to die. You just missed 3 last hits right there. 3 last hits. That's 150 gold that you missed, right? And even if you get the kill, let's see how much Zeus gets. Well, it's not really fair to see how much Zeus gets, because you know this guy got the kill on you, right? So he gets a little bit higher net worth, and etc., etc., and that's why Zeus gets a little bit more gold. But at the end of the day, if you'd gotten all those last hits, it was much more worth. It would have been more worth it than harassing that guy alone. Let alone the two tower hits that you took from the tower. So it's just so much that happened there, which were all bad decisions. It has nothing to do with Spectre. It's just that's how you're playing carry, and you're playing it with the wrong. Like, look at that. That's not something that you should be doing as a Spectre. If you're a PA, if you're Phantom Assassin, yeah, go ahead, throw daggers, whatever. It doesn't matter. But not as a Spectre, not as a hero who, like, what is the purpose of this dagger, right? Yes, it does damage, but is that the purpose of the dagger? Absolutely not. The purpose of the dagger is run away or chase. That is it. That is it, right? Consider this spell having 0 damage. Would you be throwing it?
No.
Probably not. Yeah, obviously not. So that's how you have to deal. Yeah, that's how you have to think about it. Um, and that's how you have to think about items essentially as well. Like, for example, drums gives you a lot of stats. It gives you a bunch of things. But what is it mainly giving you? It's mainly giving you attack speed and movement speed, or the passive and active. So if it didn't give you any other stats, would you be making drums? If yes, then go for it. If no, then don't say, oh, it gives me some of everything, so I'll just go and make it. No, that's completely the wrong way to think about things, because that's inefficient. Think about what you need, think about what the item gives, and then go for that. Anyway, so this is a really not a fantastic lane for you, because of two reasons. Firstly, the DK keeps throwing out his Dragon Breath, and you don't have any stick. And secondly, because he keeps throwing out his Dragon Breath, you keep missing CS because he reduces 35% of your damage. So you keep missing CS. So if you were wondering why I keep missing CS, if you didn't know, that's why.
Yeah.
Thirdly, there's a bloody Zeus who just stays in the lane. He's not doing anything else. He's just sitting in the lane, leeching XP. He's not maxing out his. He is maxing out his Thunderbolt, but it's just so low level that it's just tickling this guy. I bet he has 2 points in. Oh, he's 2 points in Dragon Blood. He's got 2 points in Dragon Blood. He doesn't give a shit. Keep hitting me. Does he have a stick? He has a stick. Is okay. He has he has 6 HP regen from Dragon Blood, 1.2 regular, and he has a stick, and he has a bottle.
So he's not dying anytime
doesn't
soon.
care if Zeus is like. Think of that. What? He's like, thank you for the stick charge. I'll use a Dragon Breath. Which I have to anyway for farming and to mess Spectre up. There we go. And I'm just gonna bottle up, and I'm gonna get that free HP back. So Zeus is insignificant right now. All Zeus is doing in this lane is taking your XP. So right now, this game is 6v4, right? because the Zeus is it might as well be in their team, and that's why you are struggling with Spectre. Well, one of the reasons you need to prioritize farming a little bit more than harassing the offlaner, especially an offlaner who you really can't even touch. Um, and secondly, because you're in a bracket where people just don't understand these things. He doesn't understand that it's more important for you to get solo XP than for him to. I'm not even sure what he thinks he's doing in this lane, to be very honest with you. I think he's trying to deny things. Does he have a quelling blade? I wouldn't be surprised. No, he doesn't. Yeah, not doesn't care about wards. Screw the wards. I'm a support Zeus. You know what do I need wards for? No wards on the map. Absolutely no wards on the map. Courier's still walking. No, he's finally, thank God, upgraded actually. So I don't know, man. I don't know what to say. But it does come to the situation where you should maybe be aware of these things.
Yeah.
He's gonna get it.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to figure out. Trying
Beautiful.
to get better
Like,
as a carry in general, and I figured, my worst carry would be the best place to start.
well, it's the thing is like what's more important is to learn to play carry rather than to learn to play a
Yeah.
specific carry. But what you should be doing is you should be aware of the things that I'm saying, and you should be telling the Zeus, "Hey, man, you know, you're not really doing anything in this lane. Obviously, not like that, but politely. I don't know. Be diplomatic, whatever.
Yeah.
you're not really doing much. You know, he's got a lot of regen. Why don't you just go and fuck off? I mean, go and gank mid or something. You know, do something else. You know, go and have an impact somewhere else. That way, instead of you being level 4 right now, you know, and DK being level 6 right now, which is essentially why he's able to kill you. You know, you would have been level 6 and DK's level 6, and then you probably don't die because you've got, you know, a lot more HP, you've got your ult, and another thing that I will talk about in a second, and then you probably don't die because, you know, you're more leveled right now, you know, you're heavily under leveled because of the Zeus, essentially. Other mistakes that you made are the fact that you know this DK is constantly throwing out spam. You know this DK is constantly full HP, and you are not. And the biggest thing is that you don't have any HP regen in your inventory. What you should have done instead of getting phase boots, what you should have done, as I said, of course, stick. That's one thing, and the second thing is maybe you should have invested in a ring of health. You know, either that, or if you really don't want to go Vanguard first, which I do kind of recommend you do, but if you really don't want to do that, then at the very least buy some tangos. Buy a bunch of tangos from base. Have them
Yeah, for
delivered.
sure.
Always keep full HP. Doesn't matter what, always keep full HP. If you don't have any HP regen items, buy tangos and salves. Keep full HP. Very important. If you have full HP right now, no way DK can kill you. Another thing is, click on this guy. He's almost level. Like, you should be aware. This is something that you should be aware of. Like, this guy is alone in the lane, and we're not really zoning him out. So he's getting all the XP. We're two in the lane, so all of that XP is being split into two. So DK is going to be 2 levels above us. He's going to be strong. He is stronger than us. He's going to be stronger than us very, very soon. And we're not going to be able to deal with him. So you have to play safe, which means keep your HP full. But, well, even if he was the same level, I'd say keep your HP full. It doesn't really have anything to do with him being um, stronger, but that's even more reason to do so. But yeah, the guy just won his offlane. Literally, he just won his offlane, and you are playing. You're forced to play as an offlaner right now because and such a dangerous TP, such a dangerous TP. Anybody could have been here. Pudge could have been. Pudge is in their team. Yes, Pudge is in their team.
Yeah,
Pudge could have been here. Hooks you. You're dead again. You TP back the lane. You're dead. That's it. Your game's over. Not really, but in the 2K, that's
pretty much.
probably
Yeah.
over. Yeah. Yeah, so what you're doing right now is fine. Yeah, within XP range, it's okay. I would have liked you to think about. I don't think this is a game for that kind of situation, but if the enemy team is, getting far ahead, or if you think you're not going to get that much farm you're not going to be able to farm jungle or in the lane or whatever. Sorry, if you're not going to be able to farm the lane very effectively, then just upgrade this into a Iron Talon. Get Vanguard. Should always look to get a Urn of Shadows. To be honest, because it gives you pretty much everything that Spectre needs. It gives you HP. It gives you a lot of regen, which you will get charges from fights. Which as soon as you get your level 6 is what you're looking to do. You missed two right clicks, and two right clicks are at this point 35 pure damage, and then it's about 100 damage, right? 100 damage per right click, which is a lot. Or one right click you missed, two right clicks you missed, and then a third one. So Zeus still would have died, but I think you're gonna die here, and you're dead. Yeah, yeah, you wouldn't have died. You would have still died, but Pudge would have died. You would have still died because you would have gone back to farming, and then DK would have killed you.
Yeah.
And if we go back once again, if we go back, let's look at where you are. No, 1/3 HP missing. Once again, if you have a pen and a paper, write this down. This is the biggest point that we're going to talk about yet. Always keep full HP. Always keep HP region items in your inventory, and get better at mana management. You're just throwing out these spells willy nilly. You could have had Spectral Dagger right now. Did you use it? Maybe you used it. No, you don't. You don't have it because you used it. You wasted it earlier. Like, why would you throw a Spectral Dagger here to hit this guy to do 150 damage, magical damage at that? Like, doesn't not really good. Hmm. Okay. Now coming back to your skills. Um, yes, dispersion isn't really that great earlier on, but if you notice at level 1 it gives you 10%. After that it's just a 4% increase, but at level 1 it gives you 10%. That means whatever your HP is, whatever your very tiny little HP is, it's automatically 10% more. Instead of 740, it's actually 74 more, right? That's a big deal. That's a pretty damn big deal. You know, the what what is happening? I guess this guy doesn't play SF too much, and then I go into his profile and it's only SF. Anyway, you come back to the lane, you die, you come back, still no HP regen. I don't know why you're not getting HP regen, and this is very very common in people in your bracket. These are some tanky illusions, dude. Look at that.
He's probably got multiple levels of Dragon Blood.
Yeah, probably 3 levels by now. Yeah, 3 levels. Smart. Good. Should have gone that one, but whatever. But yeah, like you took so much damage from the creeps alone, because you do have a little bit of armor, but it's really not that much, and it's not about armor. It's more about region, HP region. You don't have HP region. Your base HP region is like 1 or 1.1 or something. It's really shit, you know. So
Yeah.
you need HP. I'm gonna keep saying that until you get HP region, which is sad because this is something you've already done. But it's gonna drill it into your head, and you're never gonna forget it. Are you watching this or am I watching this?
No, I'm watching that.
Okay, you are watching that. Very kind of like you were there for a very long time. Not a good thing to do. Let's see where you are. Okay, you're in a safe area. All right, you're watching it. Everywhere. Need to control your movements. All right, too early. Right, too early. Way too early. As I said, you want to use Spectre as a kill steal. Imagine playing Zeus and clicking your ult when people are at 50 HP. That's what essentially you should do. Keep in mind your Spectral Dagger does 150 to 200 damage. Essentially, you should ulti and either one right click or one Spectral Dagger, and that's it. That's what you should. That's the only time you should ult, right? Um,
All right.
Big problem is that you don't have any mana, but I guess you have Enchanted Mango, so let's see what you do. It's too early. You're not gonna. Mango. You see, why would you buy mango? You didn't even get that kill. Don't buy mangoes, man. That is actually a very crucial thing because this is an item that you invested 110 of your 1/6 of your starting gold you invested into this item, which you did not need until 10 minutes into the game. So you could have gotten it at any time, and even then you didn't use it. So pretty huge mistake. Pretty huge mistake. So far, you've been in this lane and you're just wasting your time here. Really, you haven't achieved much here. You're just going backwards and forwards, but really haven't achieved much. Could have been could have been in mid. Could have TP'd to mid. Could have been farming all that lane farm. It's very dangerous, dude. You're gonna die. Okay, thank God. Yeah, I mean, this is not something you should be doing. This is extremely wrong, and this is not only wrong for Spectre as purely for Spectre, but it's also wrong as a carry player. This you do not go around chasing. Oh, you dead. You dead. DED dead. He doesn't have mana. He doesn't have mana. He's out of mana. If he had mana, I can guarantee you're dead. Oh shit! So close. 28 HP. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, if he had mana, you were 100% dead. So, like, you need to. Okay. The good thing is that your mistakes are very, very clear. Not just to me, they should be clear to you. No, it's good. It's good because
Yeah.
clear mistake. These kind of mistakes are super easy to fix, and essentially it takes a couple of days to fix them. It's the mistakes that are built in. They're fixed now. Those are the mistakes that are hard to fix. This one is easy. You're playing Spectre. You're playing a carry. Focus on farming. Definitely join team fights, but smartly. As a Spectre, you want to join a team fight if somebody is below 100 HP ish. Something that you can purely get a kill steal on, right? Go and get a kill steal, even if you know 100% in the end your team is going to get that kill. Fuck it, go and get that kill. Go and take that kill. I'm not even joking right now. That's your comeback goal. That is how you get your comeback goal. You're a shitty, weak hero in lane. You get killed by a fucking Dragon Knight in lane, right? And that's the sad, unfortunate truth, especially because this idiot was leeching all your XP. So how are you going to get that back? You're going to get that back by your popping your ult and then getting that kill steal. And that's also why Earn is really, really important because you're going to get that free 800 HP in your flask or whatever it is in your urn. It's the cremated ashes of the dead person. So yeah, that's why that's important. And then TPing like this, the big issue is okay. Actually, before TPing like this, you're not gonna go around chasing people though. As I said, you pop your ult within the 5 seconds. You wanna pop, see what's happening, press R, press D, press Q, get that kill immediately. Press D back to where you originally were. You don't want to stay there. You don't want to stay there chasing around getting kills. Sure, if there are like 3 people on 100 HP, okay, fine. There's a little bit of justification, but not what happened there, where it's like 30 seconds and you didn't even get a single kill, especially because you didn't pop your mango. But you're just running around chasing people. You don't chase people as a carry. That's a complete waste of time and an inefficiency and chances that you're going to mess up and you're going to die. And that's completely like your priority is number one priority, not dying. Number two priority, farming, getting gold. And number three priority, I forgot. So don't even worry about it. I'll remember it later. So just remember not dying and then farming. If you have to get your second priority but risk your first priority, don't do it. It overrides it. It's like the laws of robotics. Okay, so
Gotcha.
not don't die and don't risk dying. That's actually the main thing. So when you were chasing these people all the way over here, that's risking dying, especially because you don't have any mana and you don't have TP. If you had a TP, you throw a dagger into the trees. You go into the trees. You go out, and at the worst case is you missed some farm opportunity, and that's
No,
not
I had
too
a
bad.
TP top.
You did?
Yeah, that's how I got to lane.
I think you didn't have any mana though. Yeah, you didn't have mana. That's the other thing, right?
Yeah, I didn't have mana after
So
I daggered the pudge.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, you need to have 200 mana because it's 225 mana because there's like 150 per dagger. Because you can't TP in front of their faces, right? You have to throw the dagger into the trees
Yeah.
first. So you need to have lots of mana, which is even tough because you have to use 150 mana for Horn and 150 for this. So that's 200 mana, and then 75 mana for this. So essentially, if you have to use dagger twice in a fight, you're screwed. I think you can't use dagger twice. You can't use dagger twice at this point. Which is also why Blade Mail is so good because it does give you that mana aspect as well. Again, you're risking so much. You're risking so much. Oh, this is the same situation. Never mind. Yeah, so coming back here, now coming to this point where you TP'd in front of this DK, keep in mind that even at the beginning, you were underleveled compared to him, right? He was heavily, you know, he was getting a lot of XP. On top of that, this whole time that you were going around everywhere, he was just sitting here farming, getting XP. So if you look at the level difference, you're level 7 now, he's level 10. I said he's actually the highest level in the game. Yeah, with of course with this guy, but he's the highest level in the game. Wouldn't actually be surprised if he is the highest level, second highest by just a few XPs. So yeah, not underestimating, just get an understanding of when you are strong and when the enemy is strong and just how strong they are. What makes them strong as well. Like items make them strong, levels make them strong. Also, the hero matchup makes them strong. Like an axe who is under leveled is still more dangerous to you than, let's say, a Tuskar who is over leveled than you. So it's understanding all of these things is important, but that takes time. So I'm not really gonna grind you on that one. But still, as a Spectre, just think everybody's stronger than you. That's the best. That's the best way to think about it. Unless they're 100 HP, even if they're 100 HP, sometimes they might be stronger than you. So just like be very careful. Whatever item you're going for now is a bad item because if an item starts with Blade of Alacrity as your first item, it's a bad item, hands down. You need smaller items first. You need to fill out your inventory. Um, you could have upgraded the stout shield to a PMS, or you could have upgraded it to Vanguard. Both would be okay. You could have upgraded this to a Iron Talon. Would have given you a little bit more armor for very very cheap. Would have given you faster jungle time, which is something that you really lack. Could have upgraded. Could have had an Urn of Shadows here and then TP here, and then you could have had a raindrop. Raindrops is probably not a good idea on Spectre, but could have had another small item. I can't think of what. Aquila, maybe. I don't know. What do I make on Spectre? Do I want to go and see really quickly? Can't think about it right now. Oh, blade mail. Yeah, that's what I usually go for, right? Blade mail. So when you're going for blade mail, you can get whichever I do get raindrops. Why do I get raindrops? Okay, yeah, raindrops is good because when you're farming the jungle, do I have Iron Talent? I don't have Iron. When you're farming jungle, you can jump from camp to camp, and with raindrops, you get lots of mana regen, right? So if you notice, my inventory is almost always gonna have 6 slots. Like from, I guess I could have had something here. Oh, forgot. You could have had a stick because of the lane. For that particular lane, you could have had the stick and you could have upgraded that into a wand. But if you notice on any high level player, any pro player, any high level player, pretty much from 5 minutes or probably earlier even, their inventory is going to be always 6 slotted, always, and not just since the introduction of the backpack, since forever, probably 3 years since 3 years ago when pro players discovered this. I don't know, probably even earlier. I don't know, but yeah, so this is all inefficiencies. Another thing is, building, not having small items hurts a lot on carries, on anybody, on even supports, because this is all, like, right now the only item you have as a phase is phase boots, right? This doesn't do anything for you. This is a very expensive item that gives you shit, basically. It gives you 10 agility. If you look at Wraithband, it gives you, more or less the same sort of thing. It gives you more for half the price. And you're dead. Once again, that TP, not respecting the fact that this DK is super powerful. Like, he has He's got, first of all, look at, he's got six items. You know, um, he's got stick, which he got in the lane, and then he's got a Midas, which not really happy with, but considering what a great lane he had, I think it's okay. But yeah, you really didn't respect the DK, and there was no vision in this lane. But that's a separate story. It was about not respecting DK. The fact that he was much stronger, and really, it was the fact that you were really weak. That you don't really, you have to get a very strong understanding and feeling for, am I, how strong or weak am I right now? It's also important to know when you're stronger, because you might miss kill opportunities. So it's important to understand these things. See, going after DK is really bad because the guy, as I said, he's really tanky, he's really strong, and he wasn't very low HP, so you couldn't get him. Even if that dagger had hit him, he is regioning up really, really fast, and your right clicks actually don't do that much damage. It's 53% physical resist. And you don't have any disper. Okay, you do have Decimate. Never mind. Still, it's only 35 damage. Most of this damage is like you do 30 damage here and 35 damage here, so that's 60 damage. And he had like 300 damage, 300 HP. So, and not to mention all this HP regen. So, the comes back to the same thing. Like if he had 50 HP, sure, go and ult and kill him. But so far, like trying to kill him was a bad decision. Um, I'm thinking if ulting just for the TP's sake is okay, but I don't think it is because now you've wasted your ulti. It's okay because you're not going to use your ulti because look at your items, you don't have anything. You're going for, okay, so you're going for diffusal first as a first item. Reasons why that is bad. Let's pause here and talk about Spectre a little bit. So every hero in the game has basically there are five fundamental like foundations of Dota, right? Pillars of Dota, which is damage, durability, disable, mana, and mobility. Now Spectre as a hero, she's got okay mobility in the dagger. She's got okay mobility, right? Damage wise, if it's a single hero, she's got okay damage, right? She's okay in damage department. She's okay, pretty decent in damage department. Durability, none, no durability at all, zero. Okay, mana, pretty shit mana, right? Disable, no disable, none at all. And mobility, we've talked about, right? So the two big things that we said she has none of, or rather three, is durability, disable, and mana. That's three. Now, as far as disable goes, disable is many a times something that you want to rely on your teammates for, right? If your teammates have disable, then it disable is more of a team thing than a single hero thing, right? So it's not something you want to worry about too much, but it's durability and mana. And that's why almost exclusively the first item on Spectre is always going to be some form of durability, be it Urn, be it Vanguard, be it Blade Mail, right? They're all durability. And the good thing about Blade Mail is it also gives you some mana, right? It gives you damage, mana, and durability, a little bit of durability. And combine that with Urn. So Urn plus Blade Mail gives you even more durability, mana, and damage from blade mail. Not to mention the return damage from blade mail, right? Which synchronizes really really well with dispersion. Not to mention the 60 extra HP you get from Earn. Either way, all of those things work really really well with Spectre. And then after that, maybe you can upgrade it to Vanguard if you want. If you don't want, I don't know. Depends on the situation. Depends on the game. And then you can think about making Radiance if the game calls for it, which this game definitely calls for. I think that Radiance would be really really good in this game. But look at that. No durability, you get wrecked. This Blade of Alacrity, what is it? What is that 1,000 gold doing for you? Nothing at all.
Yeah.
Absolutely nothing at all. You also, like, 14, 15 minutes into the game, you still don't have any HP regen, which is why you were, strolling around in the park with less than half your HP. Literally less than half your HP. I'm actually surprised he had to stun you because he essentially could have killed you with just fire breath because that's 320 damage if I'm not mistaken. 300 only. Okay. Hmm. You one dragon breath and one right click kills you. So he didn't actually invest. He didn't actually have to invest another 100 mana. But then again, he's full HP and mana anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Yeah, it's how much Spectre do you normally play?
Not much. I've
Not
played
much.
16 games in total. I played a
Yeah,
little bit more
so
recently than in the
it
past.
does feel like you don't really have a strong like feeling in your hand for Spectre. Some heroes you just understand. When I'm strong, what my timing is. All of these things. It kind of it shows from your itemization and from your where you TP when you TP and where you're moving about, and the fact that you don't have any HP region, that you have kind of a weak understanding of a Spectre, which is okay because again, this is another thing that can be easily fixed by just playing a little bit more Spectre. It's not Spectre playing more Spectre; it's more like whichever hero you want to get good at, just practice that hero. Have a small hero pool. Play 4 or 5 heroes only. You get a solid understanding. Like everything that I'm telling you now is sort of a crash course. Is all these things you can learn on your own. If you play 10 games of Spectre, by somewhere in somewhere along the 10 games, you'll realize, oh shit, this hero has no HP region. I really should get some HP region from the beginning of the game, and you'll do that, and half your problems are solved. And then somewhere along the lines, you're gonna figure out like, oh shit, my hero is super shitty weak in the early game, so you'll stop um, keeping into like I really like the fact that you turned around from here. You didn't keep pressuring this tower, which with a lot of carries you would want to do that because you want to pressure a lane as a carry. But somewhere along the lines, you would have also realized that my ult actually does nothing at all damage wise. So what I should be doing is maybe ulting at the last moment. So you're wasting your ultis. This whole game you've been wasting your ultis. I haven't seen a single ult which essentially at the end of the day actually achieved anything. There's another thing you can use your ult for, and that's vision, which is really really fantastic in the early game. You didn't realize this guy had radiance. You were just burning there. But
Yeah,
yeah,
I just melted.
vision. Yeah, just completely melted. Vision is really important, especially in the 2K bracket where you're not going to have too many observers. So if your team is going around looking for fights and they see one person, just hit your ult so that your entire team gets a strong understanding of where everybody else is. And this is something that you'll actually notice in the much, much higher level games, that they will do exactly this. But it makes more sense in the higher level games because people are mostly clumped together playing as 4 or 5, so it's more required in the higher levels. But even then, in your games, 3 out of 10 times, that ult will reveal the rest of the team who maybe they might be coming to gank you. You know, maybe it is just one person that your team sees on the map, and it's not dangerous to go and kill them. But maybe somebody else is coming to gank you, and you'll see them. So there's multiple uses, but I would say just hold on to your ult exclusively till somebody is, really low HP that you can just go and kill them immediately. And this is till you have some big items where you're confident that, like, some big items meaning like, if you're going for radiance, then obviously radiance, radiance plus one, like not brown boost radiance, but like if you filled out your inventory, like let's say you've got vanguard, you've got urn, you've got radiance, yeah, that's good, that's you're ready to go. So some durability item and some damage item, a big durability and a big damage item, and then you can ult at the beginning of a fight, you don't have to wait. But that's, we're talking about like 35 minutes into the game, because like right now you really don't need to be here. You being here is completely wasting your time. You can just stay in the like, even if you had diffusal, there's no reason for you to be here. But you don't even have diffusal, so you shouldn't even ult for this fight, unless of course to get a kill steal. And we'll talk about, to give you a good understanding. I'll tell you when, in my opinion, you should ult, especially when it comes online, of course. But yeah, Pudge is running around very low, so as soon as you have your ult, just go in a safe place so that so you can come back safely, and then ult and get that free kill. And yeah, there you go. You ran out of your dagger mana, so that's rough. And 2 kills for you. Yeah, that's a kill. There you go. Easy. And now don't have TP mana, but it's okay. Fantastic fight. The only thing is like you lost a lot of HP because you were just in this fight and you burned. You burned a lot. That's what I meant. Like just go into a safe area. If you right away right now, if you go up here, if you just go over here and just stand over here, you don't get damage from the burn and whatnot, and you're like relatively high HP and whatnot. You actually, I think you throw a dagger here as well. Did you? No, you didn't. No, you didn't. That was just the mana usage. So yeah, you lost a lot of HP because you stayed in that fight. And essentially, this was a little bit of risk, not really, but a little bit of risk. Somebody could have bought back and came back and killed you with like triple kill or double kill. Puts you really far behind. You've got 2,000 gold, suddenly goes down to 1,800 or 1,700. So not really great, but it was 2.3k net worth strength, so really, really good. And this is the thing. This is what a Spectre. This is how Spectre comes back. You join a team fight, you get a double kill, boom, you're back in the game. Um, but yeah, you need to be making the right items to come back into the game. And now you're going for Vanguard. If you were going to go for Vanguard anyway, why not make it first? This item doesn't. This is a disable item. Yes, we said disable is one of the things Spectre lacks, so you do want to make it, but it's also about, durability, mana, disable. Those are three. So which takes priority? 100% durability. 100%. 100%. And after that, after durability comes mana. Mana is the second thing because some of your durability depends on mana. In fact, some of your damage depends on. A lot of your damage depends on mana. So, and chase and run and a lot depends on mana. Maybe you can even argue that mana is a little bit, takes priority. You need a little bit of mana, which is why a small item like raindrops or, I don't know, something like, I don't know, whatever. Earn gives you some mana region, 50% mana region. It's something. You
Yeah.
got 1.9, and 50% of 1.9 is one. That's something. Wow, we talked about a lot of stuff. I think it might be a little bit of an overload right now.
Oh no, it's fine. This is going up on YouTube, right?
Yeah, yeah, but I don't know when because this is really busy right now. So
Yeah,
I've
man.
got
Hey, don't
like
worry about it.
25
Yeah.
videos and backlogs. It's gonna take a month. No, I'm not even kidding. I literally have something like 25 videos in backlog.
Radiant's mid tower could use a hand.
23.
Wow.
Yeah, so yeah, it's gonna take a while.
It's all good, man. There's a lot of stuff for me to learn here, though. At least.
Radiant's
Yeah,
middle
like
tower's under
there's a lot of stuff that you know you need practice with, so it's good. It's like doing this, what you're doing right now, wasting time, wasting farming time, mostly. No, can't kill him. Just get back. See, you could have been farming this whole time. You could have been like halfway towards your vitality booster.
Radiant's mid tower's
As
in
this
trouble.
tower is pushing, um, I guess you're not gonna go here, but this tower is
Radiant's
definitely
top
pushing. You should
tower's
go
in
there.
bad shape.
I think blade mail is really good in this game because of firstly because of this guy,
Radiant
because
lost
the
the top
radiance
tower.
burn is gonna be happening
Trouble
anyway.
brewing at
So
Radiant's bottom
no
tower.
one can stop that. So you're gonna be damaging this guy regardless. You're gonna be damaging him for quite a significant amount of damage. Passively for those 5 seconds that blade mail is on for, and then also like if he wants to right click you during that time, is more return. Is like just synergizes so well with Spectre. It's not a. Oh, really? That is such a bad ultimate, though. Yeah, see, you're joining the fight way too early. Way too early. Like, you need to finish your Vanguard before you can even think about joining fights. Apart from kill steals. Kill steal is not joining fights. Kill steal is literally just kill steal and get back. There you go. That's what happens when you join fights. You die because you don't have any HP. You've got 1100 HP, which you would think is high, but if you look at the time, it's not that high. No,
Yeah.
let's look at people. 1600 HP. This is another guy, a core hero with no HP items. Not a single HP item. Not a single one. Okay. He's got 80 HP. 60 HP, sorry. 60 extra HP. Well, that's 60 extra HP more than you anyway. You actually have no HP items. At least he has Nikita. Zeus is a Zeus. So I guess it's okay for him to be low, but
Radiant's gone and fortified.
1100 and 920. kind of like only 1,000 above Zeus. Like Zeus is a hero who's gonna stay behind team fights. You're a hero who's gonna be in the middle of a team fight, and Zeus only has you have only 100 HP more than Zeus. So that's like one more right click. There's another support hero. Support heroes can, I guess, be low HP, but even support heroes like this guy should have a magic wand. Gives you four stats. Gives you 80 HP, nearly 100 HP. You know.
Yeah.
So all of these, like getting 6 slotted like that, gets you a lot of these small, cheap, stat efficient items. Missed. That was you daggered the illusion right there. Misclick. Okay. Happens.
Radiant's top tower's hurt.
I don't even know if it was a misclick.
Oh, you thought that it was the illusion was real.
Yeah.
Ah, okay. Yeah, that kind of makes sense actually, because you were there for like a brief second, realizing that it was an illusion. You're like, I killed him, but where's the gold?
Double damage.
Yeah, wasted dagger again. You're not gonna kill him, dude. Actually, he's gonna kill you. That's really farmed. Of course, Midas and armlet. Okay, yeah. So click on the guy, dude. Click on the guy. Click on the guy you're gonna go on. Did you click on him at all?
No.
Like, there's 2 things that you're looking for when you click on an enemy. I guess now is 3 things, but nobody seems to care about that. Like, firstly, items, secondly, levels, right? And then compare it to your levels. You're level 14. I think this guy's level 18, right? Just 19. Shit. Right? And then another thing that you can look at, or that you should look at, and I should look at, is maybe keep track of people's talent trees, because it could be something really weird and you don't think about that. 40 extra damage, pretty significant actually. 40 extra damage. It's more than half of what relic gives you. That's like nearly 4,000 gold worth of sorry, not 4,000. 2,000 gold worth of an item right there. Let's go back to Spectre. Okay. Yeah, so now finally, I haven't seen you farming for a long time, but this is essentially what you should have been doing. But because you have, I guess you have some vision. Yeah, yeah, perfect vision actually. I haven't been looking at the minimap to um, see where the people would be, but at least you know DK's here. Yeah. Are you stuck in the trees?
Yes.
You just got your DK killed. Oh. No, sorry, not your DK. Your I was worth it. That's fine. SF had a killing streak as well, so that's pretty bad. So did this guy though. So 800 gold. And I think the next swing will be in your favor, heavily in your favor actually. 900 to 120. 600 swing, pretty good. But yeah, if you were gonna get Vanguard, definitely go for it first.
So durability first.
Yeah, absolutely. Diffusal Blade is an item that you want to get after, probably as your 4th item, really. Yeah. I don't think you're gonna go Radiance now, but I think you might want to go Manta. Manta synergizes really well with Spectre as well. So if you want to go Manta, then go Manta first and then Diffusal. Because at least Manta gives you a little bit more durability. And the thing is, like, durability items with your dispersion are so amazing. That's why, if I was to say one single item, the best item on Spectre, hands down, the best item on Spectre, would be Heart. And I think most people would say that. You can make a case for Scotty, but The thing is like the benefit. Scotty gives you almost the same as Hard, right? Almost the same. HP wise, I think Scotty gives you something like 730, 40. Let's say 750, and Hard gives you 1100, or around about that time, around about that, like 1140, 1150, 11 something. So it's almost the same. But what Hard gives you is you dagger out, you go into the trees, you stay there for like 10 seconds, you full HP. That's what Hard allows you to do.
Gotcha.
Because like this is 20%, 22% damage that you're reflecting onto this DK, and with Hart and Scotty and all that, you have more HP than these guys. Not to mention you're decreasing their speed. If I'm not mistaken, it's attack and movement speed.
Radiant's bottom tower's
Pretty sure.
Yeah, it should be.
Yeah, movement speed is the significant one, 35, and then attack speed. Actually, 45 is pretty significant as well.
tower's coming apart.
I think it's pretty significant.
Yeah.
45 attack speed, like a DK who's got 275. So 45 attack speed is something like what, 20% slow. That's pretty big. But of course, for this guy, it wouldn't be too big, especially when he's in ulti form. But like this guy, already has on 166, pretty significant. This guy's got 156 as well. So you're like decreasing their attack speed by, 40-ish percent or 35%. 33. Whatever. Anyway, so yeah, we kind of lost track of what was happening in the game, but
Yeah, it was over.
like for 37 minutes, for 30 minutes, you don't really have many items. And that all comes back to the fact that you weren't farming, you weren't focusing on farming when it was time to farm after the laning phase. You were still looking for fights. You were taking part in too many team fights, which is why you weren't able to farm as much, and also why you got picked off a lot and died. Another reason why you got picked off a lot is because you didn't have any durability items. You can make a case for not having vision, but the point is that you can't really get to vision because you didn't even allow yourself if you'd made durability items and then say, oh, I'm still getting picked off, okay, then you can say, yeah, sure, I did my part, but the supports didn't. You have to do your part first to be able to blame somebody else.
Gotcha.
Like 30 minutes into the game now, you're finally farming. That can't be good. And also you're missing a slot. Like having this upgraded allows you to farm jungle so much faster, and having Vanguard and Iron Talon means you can jungle permanently and pretty decent speed as well. Having raindrops means that if you're farming, let's say over here, you throw a dagger, you can get to here really quickly. It's just increasing farming speed without really losing much because the raindrops will get you your mana back really, really quickly. And also, like when you have hard hitters in the enemy team, uh, really heavily consider blade mail. But I think going back to slashers build, I think that's always a safe thing to do. Nothing too funky. Very in sync with what Spectre needs to do and what Spectre as a hero is. Just go for phase earn phase earn. That's you know And if you feel like you need to jungle a lot, then go for Vanguard and upgrade the Iron Talon. It's, get you your Radiance faster. It's going to be like 22-minute Radiance, but, it's still going to be good.
Gotcha.
Like, obviously, you don't have to always go Vanguard. It's just a situation like, is my team gonna make space for me? If your team's gonna make space for you, and if there's nobody in the enemy team who's gonna be able to scout you, like a Ricky or a Bounty or somebody who's just gonna scout you and kill you, then you don't need to make Vanguard, essentially. Especially if you have earned, you can like if you're having some HP issues, honestly, just invest in god damn it, some region like tangos and whatnot. Even having a casual ring of health, I feel, is a lot of the times enough. And sometimes in lane, casual ring of health is more than enough region as well. The 5 extra region per second is more than enough a lot of the times in lane. You don't need to upgrade the Vanguard, upgrade to the full Vanguard, another 1,000 gold. You don't need to invest that. It's very situational. It's something that you want to think about. It's not nothing set in stone, but just think about these things and assess what you know. You know, assess what you be intuitive when it comes to these things. Like, what do I feel like I need? What is my hero lacking in of those 5 pillars that we talked about? What is right now the biggest thing that my hero lacks and really stopping me from doing what I'm supposed to be doing, which most of the time is really farming, staying alive, and staying alive, farming, and using your ult to get pickoffs. Not pickoffs, sorry, kill steals.
Gotcha.